every politician have their own brand of politics. Myself, I do not answer evil with evil.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know for the past 1 week I have not posted any political analysis video in this channel. Apologies. But I'm back with back-to-back videos, updating you on what is happening in a political space and giving my own political point of view going forward to 2027 general election. Once again, welcome back. In today's video, I want us to discuss about Honorable Ndindi Nyoro's speech or press conference, which he called after he was kicked out of the Budget and Appropriation Committee last week.
The comments that were made in Parliament last week, I would just implore upon everyone, because I'm not the first person to hold this position, respectively so. You can do an analysis for the past many years that this position has existed, and then try to see and compare for yourself, because many times it's not good to talk about yourself because you are likely to be subjective.
Honorable Ndindi Nyoro has chaired that committee from 2021 William Ruto took over as the 6th President of the Republic of Kenya, succeeding the 4th President Honorable Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. Ndindi Nyoro is believed to be a very close associate of President William Ruto, and Ndindi Nyoro was in good rapport around the president. At some point, he was even suggested to be the running mate to William Ruto, and his name was still mentioned when Honorable Rigathi Gachagua was impeached and William Ruto was in search of his successor, or the 3rd Deputy President of the Republic of Kenya, which he later gave it to Honorable Professor Kithure Kindiki. Ndindi Nyoro was kicked out of that committee last week, and Nyoro called a press conference. But Ndindi Nyoro has really betrayed Kenyans. Kenyans expected a lot from Ndindi Nyoro in that conference, but Ndindi Nyoro said nothing, completely nothing. I want you to listen to the speech by Honorable Ndindi Nyoro, but before you do that, like the video and subscribe. Listen to Honorable Ndindi Nyoro's speech, then I'll come back with my own point of view and why I think Ndindi Nyoro has let down Kenyans on his approach going forward to 2027 and the matters around William Ruto and Honorable Rigathi Gachagua. Have a look.
Allow me, even before I say much, to first of all give you the reason why I called you here, so that our expectations can meet somewhere in the middle. I know there is what I want to say, but I also know there is what you want to hear. And that is the nature of the work we do, and that is the nature of your work. If you allow me today, I called you in this particular office because you have come here before, most of you, in terms of coverage of budget making process. And I called you specifically here because that is actually the agenda. The agenda is that there have been changes, and I felt convinced within myself that given the pivotal role the position held in the workings of our country, in the workings of our nation, in the workings of our various government agencies, development, and every other thing, and because whatever we were doing, I was also updating you regularly, I thought it was important that I call you the way I have done, so that the things we've been reading and the things we have been seeing, I can clarify a few of them and also give my voice on it. And therefore, without wanting to be diplomatic, I also know that is what you came for, because you knew if it was about politics, I would have called you somewhere else. And therefore, I'll only talk about that matter. And I also know that There are expectations of people on what we should say, when and how. I get messages every day on what I should do and how I should do it. And it is not the appropriate time today for me to talk about those other things. And I am saying it in good faith because that is what we had planned to do. And I have only clarified because in the time I've been a politician, I know there is what you say, but there is also work to be done in terms of coverage. There is also what you may want to report. And that is given because that is the work of a media house. So I've clarified that so that I'll be open to a few questions afterwards. But I just highly request, I am here as a Kenyan. I speak when I want to speak. I know we have interacted in many forums. We know each other person's character in terms of where they need to invoke courage, where they need to invoke whatever they need to say. And I know for sure, I'm not shy to say anything that I feel I need to say. So whatever I may live and say today is basically based on the fact that the reason I called you is the one I'll talk about.
From that speech, I noticed something. Honorable Ndindi Nyoro is still playing the safe card game. Anataka kujitoa kwa hii mix ya Uhuru Kenyatta, William Ruto, Kalonzo Musyoka, Rigathi Gachagua and all these KANU orphans. Ndindi Nyoro is still coming out as a Gen Z darling going forward to 2027 general election, and his candidature can actually excite masses. And at that point, Ndindi Nyoro is posing a threat to the opposition because it can be used by William Ruto to divide the Mount Kenya region. Ndindi Nyoro is telling us that he has not had an engagement with the president from October. I want us to reason together on this issue of the Mount Kenya region and the Mount Kenya voting bloc. William Ruto is definitely going to be the enemy of the people of the mountain in the 2027 general election, and they will vote against William Ruto. From way back when Rigathi Gachagua was impeached, the wave has changed, and the people are pro Rigathi Gachagua. I think Rigathi Gachagua has overplayed the sympathy card, and William Ruto is going to unleash another sympathy card alongside Honorable Ndindi Nyoro. And if Ndindi Nyoro will align with William Ruto, not generally politically, but in their interests in the 2027 general election, then William Ruto will divide the mountain using Honorable Ndindi Nyoro. Ndindi Nyoro is a performer, and the Kiharu constituency is one of the best constituencies in the Republic of Kenya. In fact, OMPs had to go and benchmark sometimes in 2023. So Ndindi Nyoro can be funded by William Ruto to run for president in the 2027 general election. And I can tell you Murang'a County and some parts of Kirinyaga, Kiambu will vote for Ndindi Nyoro because he's a performer, and the Gen Zs can still vote on the basis that Ndindi Nyoro is a youthful leader. We are out for revolution. We don't want these old people to continue leading us in the wrong direction. And Ndindi Nyoro can really divide the vote in the mountain, and William Ruto will get a easy re-election in the 2027 election, considering that he is now working with Raila Amolo Odinga, who enjoys support across the public. And this is evident because William Ruto, after signing that MOU with Raila Odinga, he proceeded directly to tour the Nairobi ODM bases, Isili, Kibra, Embakasi, and the like. Ladies and gentlemen, what's your take? I believe William Ruto is or might be using Ndindi Nyoro going forward to 2027 general election. Ndindi Nyoro might be William Ruto's card in the Mount Kenya region. Express your opinion in the comments. Give the video a like and subscribe. Thank you for tuning in. Road to 10,000 subscribers.